So right. So let us start the extension of your rigorous concept. In the last session, we have seen about before inset. Right. We want to discuss about after inset trigger. After inset trigger means after the record is successfully saved. After the record is successfully saved, we want some logic to be performed. After record is successfully saved, we want some logic to be performed after insert. Tell me some scenarios where I want to create after insert triggers. Now let us say I told whenever an account is created, I want to automatically create a contact for it. If you want to create a contact, first the account should be inserted, right? If I want to create a child for you, first the account should be created. Unless the parent is there, we cannot create a child. So after inserting the parent, then only I can insert a child object. After inserting the parent, then only I can insert a child object. Are you getting my point? After insert, right? Now look at the point. I already have some data. This is how we got it. Capital. Save. When I click on save, what will happen? Before insert trigger will run. Data will save. I made some changes in the before insert. So finally, the record which is saved is capital. So that This is the data is saved to database. After the recording is saved to database, I want some logic to be performed. What happened here? After the recording is saved to database, I want some logic to be performed, which is called after insert. What was the logic called? After insert. After the record is saved, we are calling this after insert trigger. Now the question is, what are the variables? What are the variables that we have after insert trigger? The list of records are referred with trigger.new. List records which are saved successfully. List of new records which are saved successfully. Those list of new records are referred with the trigger.new. List of new records which are saved successfully. List of new records which are saved successfully. Trigger.new. Now, what is the data we are inserting? Capital 8888. The record that is saved is capital 5678 education hot. Capital 5678 education hot. Now, in the before insert, that is in trigger.new. In after insert trigger, record which is saved, that is application hot. I hope you. Now, we will have record ID. Am I right? Once the record is saved, what we are going to get? Record ID. Once we go the record ID, it is going to be in the form of map. New map is going to be in the form of map, where record ID is the key, record is the value. Where record ID is the key, record is the value. Record ID is the key, record is the value. I hope you are good with this. I hope you are good with this. Record ID is the key, record is the value. Record ID is the key, record is the value. Record dot new map. Okay. So let us go back to the next one. Let us go back to the next one. We are trying to understand the next context here. Here, if I want to fetch the records, which are inserted, if I want to fetch the records which are inserted, list of account, if I write it, what are the records we are getting? Wipro, TCS, Capital. What are the records we are getting? Wipro, TCS, Capital. These are the three records. Why? Because the record is already saved. If I write a SQL query, because the record is already saved, if I write a SQL query, we get all the records which are saved. So Wipro, TCS, Capital. Are you getting my point? After insert, if I write a SQL query, which records you are going to get? Wipro, TCS, Capital. Why? Because record is already saved. If I want to make any changes on the record which is already saved to database, if you want to make any changes on the record which is already saved to database, how will you make the changes? Write a for loop. A dot code, then make it DML operation. Why? Any data that is saved to database If you want to make any changes, you have to make a DML operation. If data is already saved to database, if you want to make those changes, if data is already saved to database, if you want to make the changes on the data, you have to write a SQL query, modify the data, and perform update operation. So after insert, what is the concept we have? After insert, what is the concept we have? After insert, what is the concept? We have SQL query and a DML operation. The data which we are inserting, that is in Pega.NET. Now, the data can be fetched using SQL query. If you want to make any changes, I have to go for DML operation. After insert, if you want to get the data what you inserted, then you have to write a SQL query. I want to get the data what I inserted. I want to get the data what I inserted, and if I want to make a change, are you clear? You inserted the data. On the same data, if I want to make any changes, you inserted the data. On the same data, if you want to make any changes, I have to write a SQL query, get the data, make the changes. I hope you are good with this. Clear? Am I clear with this? Right, boss? Okay. Let us take some examples. Now, whenever a new account is created, with whenever a new account is created with the rating as thought, create a new opportunity. Create a new opportunity for the account. Opportunity name as account name. Opportunity name as account name. This is my requirement. Whenever a new account is created, with rating as hot, create a opportunity. Right. So the question here is, if you want to create opportunity for an account, unless the account is created, can I create an opportunity? Opportunity I want to create as a child. Opportunity I want to create as a child. If you want to create a child, first the parent should be created. If you want to create a child, first the parent should be created. Without creating the parent, I cannot create a child. So after parent record is inserted successfully, then I will go for creating the child record. I hope you are good. Right. Let us take an example. Now let us take example. The same example I am trying to execute. I told you already, it is not a good practice to write the trigger logic within the trigger. Better write within a class. Public. It is not necessary that you have to give it static. If I give static, I can call directly. Only because of that I am giving. It is not mandatory. List of. If you pass list of accounts, now How many accounts are there? How many accounts are there? How many accounts are there? I am not sure. You may be creating 1 account, 2 accounts, 10 accounts. So for every account, I want to create an opportunity. So how many opportunities will come? If there are 10 accounts, 10 opportunities. 20 account, 20 opportunities. 1 account, 1 opportunity. Because I am not sure how many opportunities we are going to get. There's a reason I am going with list of opportunity. Then take 1 by 1 account. Then check if A dot rating equal to take 1 by 1 account accounts. Take 1 by 1 account. If rating equal to what? If rating equal to what? Then create opportunity. Opportunity dot name equal to A dot opportunity dot page name equal to opportunity dot close date equal to and opportunity dot account ID equal to. Because of this statement only, I took after. Opportunity account ID equal to ID of the account. I get the ID of the account only after account is saved. That is the reason the trigger has become after insert trigger. Then put then I told what did I do? If account rating is then create a new opportunity. If account rating is hot, then create a new opportunity for the account. Right, boss? I hope you are clear with this logic. You gave list of accounts. I took 1 by 1 account, verified. If rating equal to hot, then I create an opportunity. Then from where should I call this? New account. It is what? After then ACC copy dot. Now what it is expecting? List of accounts it is expecting. List of accounts equal to figure dot list of new accounts. I took those accounts and I am passing it. Did the people follow this logic? In after insert, trigger dot may give you list of new accounts which you inserted. Then I am passing those accounts. If you pass those accounts, check the rating value. If rating is hot, make it. Then why you are not giving insert here directly? Why did you put in a list? I told you maximum 150 DML statements I can write. How many DMLs you can write? 150 DML. When I take in a for, I am not sure how many times the loop will run. Loop may run 10 times, 20 times, 10,000 times. So there is a possibility of encountering 151 exception. Maximum number of DMLs what I can write is 150. In the for loop, if I write, suppose if you are inserting 200 accounts, then how many DMLs will be performed? 200 DMLs. That is the reason never write DML within a loop. Never write DML within a loop. instead put the records in a list, perform the DML on list, right? Which is called bulkify. If you are putting all the records in a list, making a DML operation, it is called as bulkify. Okay. Go back to this. Everyone has followed the requirement. Am I clear? Clear for everyone? Okay. So go back to the account. Now I'm giving here. I told rating equal to what? New account is created with the rating equal to what? Whenever a new account is created, opportunity is created. Right, boss? Right? After the account is created, we are creating an opportunity. Is that was clear for everyone? Clear for everyone? Am I clear? Am I clear for everyone? Okay. Now, let us take the. I hope people have followed this example. Right. Let us do one more example from your end. Whenever lead is created, create a new contact. Last name as lead last name. Whenever lead is created, create a new contact with contact last name as lead last name, contact first name as lead first name, contact phone number as lead phone number, contact email as lead email. Complete this logic. Read after sorry, you're supposed to write the code in that class. First write the class public. Write the class. What is the parameter we are expecting? What is the parameter we are expecting? If we pass a list of leads, they will create a list of contacts. Whenever a new leads are created, if you pass a list of leads, it will create a list of contacts. Now complete the programming. Then contact. Then call this within the trigger. 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 Everyone is comfortable with this? Don't copy, boss. Make an attempt of writing it. How do you call this? List of lead. Am I clear with this?
Satish, can we directly pass this trigger.new as a parameter?
We can pass it. We can pass it. Only for understanding purpose, I give this.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You can give a second. Right, boss. Then let us go to the next concept. Now we want to share the record. I want to share the record. People are good with this example? People are good with this example. What was this? After the record is created successfully, you want to perform some logic. That's what I have given as after insert. Now, if you want to use the ID of the record which we are inserting in running the logic, then we go for after insert trigger. If you want ID of the record, which you are inserting to run the logic, then we go for after insert trigger. Did you get my point? If you need ID of the record which you are trying to insert, if you need ID of the record which you are trying to insert, then we go for after insert trigger. So let us go back to the next one. So look at this example, everybody. I hope everybody is good with this format. Okay. After insert. Now I want to go for sharing. Okay. Now I'm going for sharing. What is this sharing? Generally we have seen OWD. After OWD, we have seen about sharing rules. If you want to share the record, how many ways of sharing rules are there? Owner based sharing rule. Then criteria based. Then manual. There are 4 types of sharing rules. Whenever we are unable to share the record with the owner-based sharing rule, criteria-based sharing rule, manual sharing rule, then I will go for Apex-based sharing rule. Wherever manual sharing rule, owner-based sharing rule, criteria-based sharing rule is not working for you, there I will try to go with the Apex-based sharing rule. Wherever owner-based, criteria-based, manual-based sharing is not working for you, then I will go for Apex-based sharing rule. When you want to go for Apex-based sharing rule, we need to understand a few things here. Where are these sharing rules stored? Every object has the corresponding share object. Look at the point. All the sharing rules on the account object are stored within a standard object called account share. All the sharing rules on the account object are internally stored within a standard object called account share. All the sharing rules on the contact object are stored within a contact share. Opportunity object are stored in a opportunity share. Lead are stored customer. So every object has the corresponding share object. Every sharing rule that we write, that is internally stored in an object called share. Account share. Contact share. Opportunity share. Lead share. Customer underscore share. Payment underscore share. So all the sharing rules are stored within an object called share object. Okay. Next. If I want to share, there are few things which you need to understand. What was that? First, I'm dealing with standard objects. I'm discussing about standard objects. What is the object name? Then, with whom you want to share? Which record you want to share? With whom you want to share? Why you want to share? How you want to share? When you are sharing a record, there are 4 points. Which record you want to share? With whom you want to share? Why you want to share? How you want to share? Look at the point. Account object. The record which you want to share, that I have to give it as account ID. Account ID, ID of the account record which you want to share. Account ID, ID of the account record which you want to share. With whom you want to share? User or I can share with a particular user or a role or a public group or role and subordinate. User or group with whom you want to share, give their ID as user or group ID. Why you want to share? He is a owner or a particular reason. How you want to share? Read or edit? Okay, because it's an account access. On the record, what type of access you want to give? Read or edit. So on the account object, if you want to give sharing rule, we have to tell account ID equal to ID of the account. User or group ID is the ID of the user or a group with whom you want to share. Row cost, reason for sharing, account access level, type of access what you want to give. Let us say contact. If I say contact, how I give? Contact ID. Case ID. Focus. This up. So when you go for sharing rules will work when OWD is private or if already OWD is public read write, there is nothing that you can share. If already OWD is public read write, everybody is able to see every record. Already access is given. Then you cannot give any extra access. If OWD is private or public read, then only we can go for Apex based sharing. Suppose I am going for a custom object. If it is a custom object, again same story. Why you want to share? Object name. Which record? With whom? Why you want to share? Then access level. If it is a standard object name followed by ID, object name followed by access level. If it is a custom object, we will give parent ID. ID of the record which you want to share, user or this is how we are giving. I hope you are good with this. With the help of these fields, I will try to share the record. With the help of these fields, I will try to share the record. Now, if I want to share a record, first the record should be inserted, right? Without record being inserted, I can share the record. Only after the record is successfully inserted. Only after the record is successfully inserted. Only after the record is successfully inserted, I can share it. Before saving the record, I cannot share. After saving the record only, I can share. Why? They are expecting ID of the record which you want to share. When will I get ID? After the record is saved successfully. First, I'll demonstrate an example. Now, what is the account? What is the student account? Now, First, what I'm doing, first, okay, I have to go to the profile. I'll see. Profile, go to the profile, student profile, student, opportunities, we remove the opportunities. Then go to the sharing rules. I told you already, unless it is a private or a public read, I cannot share it. I made as private. Now it takes some time to modify it. Meanwhile, I will create one custom field on the opportunity. Lookup relation. This is how we create. Now go back to the student and check which record he was able to see. Opportunities. Still not applied. Wait for the file to be uploaded. We made some changes on the ODBD. Let us go back and see whether they are applied or not. So to do this example, first we have to remove the access. Remove. So look at this. Student is not able to see any opportunity, right? Now what did I do? First to demonstrate this example, I went to the student profile, removed view all, modify all, access on profile. Because if you give view all, modify all, every record will be visibility. I removed it. Then I went to ODBD, made the ODBD sharing rule as ODBD as private. So only owners can see the corresponding opportunities. Now, what is my requirement? My requirement is whenever the opportunity is closed, whenever I create a new opportunity with the stage name as closed one, share the record with manager. Whomever I am selecting as a manager, share the record with manager. Whenever the new opportunity is created with the stage name as closed one, share the record with the manager whom I selected here. I hope you are good with this. Am I clear with this? Requirement is clear. Now let us do this. Public, static, public, static, void. Now what you are supposed to pass? Now, how many records you are sharing? If there are 10 opportunities, 10 records I will share. Create a list of opportunity. opportunity share. Opportunity share equal to new list of opportunity share. Then I'm taking one by one opportunity. Take one by one opportunity. Take one by one opportunity record. Then create opportunity. Opportunity share. OS dot opportunity ID. I gave a condition, right? What is the condition I give? Check the if opportunity dot stage name equal to closure one. If opportunity stage name is closure one, then I want to share it. Opportunity. Opportunity share. Which record you are sharing? Opportunity ID equal to opportunity. With whom you want to share? User or group ID equal to opportunity. Whomever I selected as a manager there, it is a lookup to user. Here it is, ID of the record. Then we have opportunity access level. Opportunity, okay, row class. Reason for sharing. I told share this record with this manager with read access. The reason for sharing is manual. Okay. Then put them in. So what I'm going to do? Insert. Did the people follow? It is a DML operation only, right? How you are inserted a record in account object, like that we are inserting a record in opportunity share. But the only thing is, you know, insertion on account because you have been working on account for a couple of example, you know what all the fields are there. Opportunity share is one of the standard object. What we are supposed to do? Go to that object, find out what are the fields, then try to update. Right? Then how do you call this? Before or after? Is it a before trigger or after trigger? Why after trigger? Why after trigger? Because I have to give the ID of the record which you want to share. Share record, but after then I'm sharing here. So whenever opportunity stage name is, whenever a new opportunity is created, whenever a new opportunity is created with the stage name as closed one, share the record with the manager. Share the record with the manager. I hope the requirement is clear. This is what Apex based sharing rule. Can I share the record with manager by using owner based sharing rule? Owner based sharing rule will share with the particular role, not with the particular user. But my requirement is share the record with the user whom I am selecting as manager. So go back to the opportunity. Admin manager, student. Then opportunity is created. Previously, student was not able to see any record here, right? Go back. He was able to see again. Owner is Satish. I hope you are good with this. Clear? We are sharing the record programmatically. We are sharing the record programmatically. I hope you are good with this example. Clear for everyone? Clear for everyone? Right? Shall we try one example? Right. Look at the format. We'll take an example on. We have a customer object. Whenever a new customer is created, with type as company and share the record with record share the record with do this example.
Hi Satish.
Yes.
When we create this custom object, that time this share object is also created internally.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
No,
so
see, now
yeah.
the point is already this object is there. Already the object will be internally, it's already there. When you create a custom object, along with the custom object, internally share object will be created.
Okay, because I was able to see standard object account share table, contact share table, but the custom object I have created, I cannot see that share table.
You cannot see it here. You have to go to the workbench or write a program to get the list of all the objects.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Now, yeah. Create the class. First, create the class. So, how did you do this? We get example on a customer. Then we're going with you're supposed to create a class, public class example. Public do this. Then what we are doing? Public static void call me customer. Public static void call me customers. Then what we are going to do? Customer share. Customer share. Take one by one customer. Customer. So here we are giving if C dot type equal to if C dot type equal to company. If C dot type equal to company, share the record with Wilson. Then I was supposed to give share. Then we have CS dot parent ID equal to C dot ID. CS dot parent ID equal to C dot ID. CS dot user or group ID. I want to share with whom? Wilson. If you want to share with Wilson, you have to get the user ID. Parent ID, user ID or group ID. Then we have row cost, CS dot X. Share dot as share the record. CS dot access level read. Share the record and give insert. So I have taken a customer record. Then I was trying to share the customer record. So done with this. You call the trigger within the example here. This is how I'm going to bring customer example dot call me trigger dot. I hope you're good. I hope you are good with this. Right, boss? Let us get into the next one. I hope you are good with this example. Right. Next, go with the second concept, creating team members. What are the team members here? Look at the point. Now, I want to form a team. Generally, a group of users want to share a record. Then we go for queue. On a record, who will be the owner? A single user. On an account or an opportunity, owner is always a user. On an account, on an account, on an account, on an account, or an opportunity, on an account, or an opportunity, on an account, or an opportunity. Okay, the owner will be a user. But what happened? He is not able to manage the entire account. It's a big account. Okay, it is giving a lot of business to me. Okay, so in that account, I am only looking at one part of the story. Now it's a big account. Let us say now I have Lodha. Lodha group is there. We are doing a marketing for them and sales for them. Now Satish is the point of contact for Lodha. He is unable to communicate. Okay, he is unable to handle their business. One is promoting their business. Other one is selling their products. Third one is registration forms. Now what happened? Satish formed a team and he shared the responsibility with the team. Boss, you take care about registration. You take care about marketing. You take care about finance issues. So what happened? On an account, owner will be only one. But you want to form a team. As a team, we want to collaborate and work. On account, we want to form a team. As a team, we want to collaborate and work. Then we are going for what? Then we are going for account team members. On an account, record will be only one user will be the owner. But you want to give access on that record to a group of people and share some responsibility with them. Are you getting my point? I am forming a team, sharing the workload with all the people. So the team is called account team. In the opportunity, the team is called opportunity team. In account, it is called account team. On opportunity, it is called opportunity team. On account, it is called account team. On opportunity, we call it as opportunity team. I hope you are good. Am I clear? So let us come back to the point. If I want to create account teams, look at the point. Setup, build, setup, build, customize, accounts. Then we have account, enable account teams. Add the account teams to the page. How do you do that? Setup, build, customize, accounts. Then we have account teams, enable it. You want to disable, you can disable it. There are already some roles here. According to your company choice, you can create the new roles or remove the roles. Right. Now what I want to do, create here. I'll just try to deactivate the triggers because some other triggers are running. They'll create a contact and all this stuff. Public, static, void. If I give list of account team member is a child object of account. Account team member is a child object of account. When can I create a child record? When can I create a child record? Child record can be created. When can I create a child record? When can I create a child record? Child record can be created. Child record can be created. Child record can be created only after the parent record is available. Okay. So public static void create. Then we have here first list of now we are giving it. Then we have for account A, for account A accounts, what we are doing? Account team member. Then I'm sharing. With whom you want to share? You want to make somebody as a account team member. So I'm giving here user u equal to where yes. Then I want to share. With whom you want to share? ATM dot account ID equal to then account team I'm going with account manager. Then with whom you want to share? What type of access you want to give? Then teams dot add so what I was trying to do, look at the point. Team member role, account manager, user or group ID. What is it? User ID, u dot ID, user ID. So look at the point. Look at the point. If I want to create an account team member, on which record we want to create a team member, what is the role you want to create, whom you want to create, what is the access you want to create. User ID of the user, create a save. Team member role of the user. What type of access you are giving? Make it insert. It is also what? Can I call it a DML operation? Creating a child record. Simply what was this? Creating a child record for account. Whenever an account is created, I want to create student as account team member. Now what is this account team member? Account team member is a child object of account. Now what are the fields we have? User ID, account ID, ID of the account, on which you want to create a team member, ID of the user whom you want to create as a team member, role of the team, access level. I hope you're good. Now go back to this. Go to account. When I share the record, account. When I share the record, account. This is how we are sharing the record. I hope you are good with this. Am I clear with this? So whenever the condition is met, we are trying to share the record. Whenever the condition is met, we are trying to share the record. I hope you are good. Clear for everyone? Right. Shall we try one example? So the same example, if I want to write an opportunity, what will happen? Opportunity team member, opportunity ID, user ID, team member. Wherever you are finding account, replace with the opportunity. Right. Write the code. Whenever a new opportunity is created, create student as opportunity team member. Whenever a new student is created, 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 whenever a new opportunity is created, share the record with them. Whenever a new opportunity is created, make student as opportunity team member. Make the student as opportunity team member.
Satish, we are sharing using user ID. And then why we are mentioning team member role? Is it going
Now,
to
role
share
of
with
the
the
user. See, now I made you as a manager in the account. I'm making someone else a finance. Okay, making somebody as a marketing agent for this account. What is your role on this account? On this account, you are making. I'm making you as a team member, right? On this account, I'm making you as a team member. Then I'm saying, what is your role on this account?
Yes, I understood. Right. Thank you. Yes.
The same story. We're going to go with opportunity. I hope everybody is good with this. Now, unless we need the ID of the record which we are inserting, we will go for before. If you need the ID of the record which we are inserting, the record which we are inserting, if you require the ID of that record, if you need the ID of that record, if you need ID of that record, then we go for after triggers. If you need the ID of the record which we are inserting, then we go for after triggers. I hope you are good with this, right? Check out this. Simply what we are doing. Opportunity. T dot opportunity equal to ID of the opportunity. T dot, okay, your student ID. Then T dot team member. T dot opportunity access. I hope you're good. That's all from my end. That's all from my end for the day. We'll continue in the tomorrow session. Same story. Instead of account, I replace with opportunity. Right, boss? That's all from my end.
Satish, can we have
Yes.
multiple triggers on the same object?
Yes, sir. We can have. Probably the fourth day. Day after tomorrow, I'll be giving multiple events at the same. I'll be covering the points. Okay.
Okay.
Now we are individually discussing about individual triggers. Once it is done, I'll take the combination on multiple objects. Right?
Satish, I was trying to create a trigger on insert before insert, in which I was taking condition the contact should only be created.
It will not work like this.
Yes.
You have to write a query and get the account rating. You cannot directly give account.rating. C.account.rating, you cannot directly.
Yes. So what should
you have to write a period, okay, you have to write a fail to parent sample query and get it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Outcome successful. చూసా ఆల్రెడీ సాఫ్ట్ కోల్ ఉంటుంది ఆల్రెడీ గుడ్ కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్ అమ్మా ఏ బ్యాచ్ అనేది
7:30 బ్యాచ్ సో ఈ బ్యాచ్
కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్ ఎక్కడ బ్రాంచ్
సీనియర్ బ్రిటిష్ గవర్నమెంట్ సీనియర్ అనలిస్ట్
ఎక్కడ బ్రాంచ్
ఇక్కడ హైదరాబాద్
గట్కేసర్ గట్కేసరా
మైండ్ స్పేస్ ఇంప్రూవ్
ఓకే గుడ్ నైస్ ఫిగర్ చెప్పండి కాదమ్మా రెండు ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సంబంధం లేదు రెండు ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ కనెక్షన్ లేదు నువ్వు ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ చెల్లి కింద పెట్టలేక మనం కాంటాక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయమని అంతే కదా ఐ డెంట్ ఆస్క్ యూ టు క్రియేట్ చేయండి ఐ జస్ట్ ఆస్క్ యూ టు క్రియేట్ కనెక్షన్ ఆల్రెడీ కనెక్షన్ ఉండాలి కదా, అంతే కదా. అంటే ఆ రిలేషన్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది చూసి మనం చేసుకోవాలి. అవునమ్మా. ఏంటమ్మా? ఇప్పుడు ఇది లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ రికార్డ్ కదా, ఈ రికార్డ్స్ ఇక్కడ ఈ వేరియబుల్కి వస్తుంది కదా, ఇక్కడ ఈ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ రికార్డ్ ఇక్కడ వచ్చేస్తుంది. రైట్. అవును. అర్థం కాదమ్మా స్టూడెంట్కి. అవునమ్మా. ఆ స్టూడెంట్ అన్న యూజర్ని క్వరీ చేసుకుని తెచ్చుకోవాలి. స్టూడెంట్కి యాక్సెస్ కాదు, యూజర్ వాడు స్టూడెంట్ వాడు యూజర్ క్వరీ రాసుకొని యూజర్ మీద గెట్ ద ఐడి ఆఫ్ ద యూజర్ హూస్ నేమ్ ఈజ్ స్టూడెంట్. అవును. ఇప్పుడు క్వరీ రాసే ఆల్రెడీ అలియాస్ ఎస్కోర్స్ అని స్టూడెంట్ యాక్సెస్ కాదు, స్టూడెంట్ అన్న యూజర్కి ఇస్తున్నాను. స్టూడెంట్ అన్న యూజర్. రైట్.